Coming to you straight from the heart of Hollywood, California, welcome to the Early Late Night Show.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Early Late Night Show. I don't really know what it's called. I'm Dixie. Thanks for coming. And today we have a very, very special guest, Miss Hailey Bieber. I don't know where I'm looking to say hello to anybody, but we decided to sit on the same couch today, be a little comfortable, you know, just some fun talk, whatever. So, Hailey.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming. We've met before once, and honestly, you're one of the sweetest people ever. You're so kind and just
Thank you.
welcoming, and I really appreciate that. And I wanted to talk a little bit about a bunch of different things because I feel like the internet doesn't know you that much and your personality, but you just started a YouTube channel, which I think is very cool. I think people loved seeing your personality. How's that going?
It's been really fun. I think exactly what you're saying was the reason that I wanted to do a YouTube channel in the first place. I think that, you know, you understand that when you have a lot of attention on you and being in the spotlight in a certain capacity, there's a lot of misconceptions and it's hard to feel like people really know you for you. So I think what YouTube has done for me is given me the opportunity to be able to talk about what I want to talk about, show people a side of myself that they probably didn't know before, and I think that's the response that I've been getting since I started it, and that was kind of my goal.
Well, it's really fun. It was really entertaining to watch. I watched the one with you and Kendall, and the one with you and Maeve, obviously, because...
Shout out to Style Me Maeve.
Yes, she's awesome.
The best.
During quarantine, did you pick up any hobbies?
I feel like what happened for me in quarantine, I feel like when you say hobbies, like I wish I could be like, yeah, I play basketball now, but I don't. I learned how to play chess, which it's not a hobby now. I'm not like Queen's Gambit. I wish I was, but I learned how to play chess. Justin's really good at chess, so he just beat me every single time, but I at least learned the game a little bit.
Have you beaten him yet?
No, not one time.
Noah's really good. I have no idea how to play, but that's actually really interesting.
Yeah, so I picked up chess a little bit, haven't stuck to it, and honestly what I feel like in quarantine happened for me is I've been really go for a long time. I started working when I was 17, and I had never had that much time off since I was like 18 years old. So I got a lot of time to really focus on projects that had like been on my heart that I wanted to start that I didn't really have time to before, and it just gave me the space to kind of be a little bit more creative than I would have had the time for before. So it was nice. I actually really enjoyed the time off.
So you were 17 and in high school. Were you in like a real high school? Have you ever been to school?
I've been to school, yes. I went to middle school I went all of 5th grade. I went half of 6th grade, left, came back, and then 7th grade, and that was it. And then I homeschooled 8th grade through high school and everything before 5th grade.
Do you like regret not being able to go to school and build connections that way?
I had the option to go to school. My parents either said you go to Christian school or you homeschool. There was like really no choice in between. They wouldn't let me go to public school, and I actually wanted to go to a performing arts high school in New York City, and they didn't want me to do that either, so I just chose to stay home. I feel like when you're a teenager and your parents give you the option not to go to school, obviously you're going to choose not to go to school. And it was like the school was like far away from our house, and you know, I didn't want to deal with it. But I danced ballet every day for 12 years, and well, pretty much every day. It was every day as I got older, and all my like socializing and my friends and interactions for the most part were there. So I don't feel like I really missed out on
like the social part of it.
Maybe more with like boys. Like I missed out on more like interacting with boys.
I think you're doing fine.
I think I'm fine now. Yeah, I think I'm okay now. But it wasn't like, you know, when you're in high school, it's boys and girls.
Yeah.
And it's like it's a different environment. But all my friends were from my dance school, so I didn't feel like I was socially awkward in any way.
Were you a competition dancer?
No,
I
just went trained, and then I would do like summer programs away. So I did like Miami City Ballet.
Oh wow.
And danced in New York City at a school in the city.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was fun.
And you got injured?
I got injured. The thing was, I got injured a lot when I was younger. I broke an ankle. I, would like sprain things. And what really made me like stop was I was in Miami City Ballet summer program, and I remember I couldn't finish the last 2 weeks of the program because I had fractured a vertebrae in like my back, which sounds really crazy, but it isn't that crazy for what it was. It was like a stress fracture. It's very common in dancers, I guess. And I felt like towards the end of it, I was like turning 17. I just knew that it wasn't the career I was gonna go in. I knew I wasn't good enough to be what I wanted at the level that I wanted. And I didn't have the technique to be like, basically what I'm trying to say is I wish I was better, but I wasn't. So it was a passion. It's something that I feel like I'm gonna keep with me for the rest of my life. I love dancers. I love watching people dance. I love dancing myself still to this day, but it wasn't my career path.
I mean, we were just talking about like working out and bodies, and like to be a dancer, that's crazy shape you have to be in for so many years of your life. So
yeah,
it probably was really rough, but
it was. But I feel like I'm really grateful for it because I think that in terms of even just like body awareness and flexibility and muscle memory, I've kept that with me my whole entire life, and I think were you a dancer too?
Absolutely.
You were not a dancer. Your sister's a dancer.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if both
I
of
did
you
like break dancing when I was
That's
5,
cool.
but
Yeah.
it wasn't for me. I wasn't good enough to keep going, and I just stopped there, but yeah. But I get it. Like I've seen Charlie do everything, and
it sticks with you, I think, and I think it's also just good for your mind and your discipline, and I feel the same way about sports too. So
yeah. I wanted to talk a little bit about paparazzi, because I've been caught in some very embarrassing bad situations, and I feel like you have the worst luck. I see videos sometimes, I'm like, why are they there right then? I saw a video where you couldn't get into your house or something, and I'm like, come on. Like, it's the most embarrassing times.
I feel like paparazzi is such an interesting thing to me because I really don't understand it, and I think that it's a really, really weird, invasive thing. For me, the way what I understand is people wanting to capture, clothing or trying to get like these outfit shots. Like to me, that is understandable because, that's good for the people who designed the clothes and, for our stylists. And, in terms of that, I understand it, but that's more like
it's
the
a whole new
style
wave
mindset.
Of the videos.
But it's a different thing when I feel like it feels invasive and disrespectful. Like, for example, last night I was leaving a place with my husband, and we were coming out of this place, and there was like curtains like on the sides of like walking into the entrance, and I had noticed that someone stuck the camera under the curtain from like the ground angle. And I was wearing a really, really short skirt, so when we got in the car, I was like, I feel like that is a tricky angle because I'm concerned that they would have shot up my skirt, because what else are you going to see? If I'm wearing a skirt and I'm up here and you're down here, like what angle are you getting if you're doing that? And I've had 2 bad experiences where someone photographed my underwear while I was like walking, and they still let the photos come out and they put the photos out. And I think when you're a woman and there's men that are taking these photos, it feels really, really invasive, and it feels disrespectful, and it's not okay. So yesterday, Justin had said to the paparazzi, were you guys shooting up our shirt? Oh, no, we would never do that. Why do you think that? Nobody would ever do that. And I'm like, well, it's happened to me twice, so I think it's fair for him to ask because it's super, super disrespectful to do that to anybody. And also, notoriously, paparazzi are known for trying to get pictures of girls coming out of their car when they're in a dress or in a skirt, and there's tons of photos of different people on the internet where you can see their underwear, and they do it purposefully to embarrass them, is what it feels like. So I just feel like it doesn't ever make sense to me, paparazzi. It feels really, really invasive. It's something where every day that we pull out of our house, there's someone there waiting, and I think to a certain extent, you have to understand what comes with this industry and like this lifestyle, although I still don't understand how people are allowed to just take photos of you without your permission. But, you know, it does come with the territory, and I still try to just set my boundaries with them as much as possible. I don't think that anybody should allow someone to disrespect them, but I think it's just about setting those boundaries with those people. I always see videos of you guys with like people like in your face talking to you, and I'm like, I don't know how they deal with it.
I know.
I don't
do
say
that
anything when they do that.
because I'm like, I feel like if I don't say anything, people on the internet are going to be like, oh my God, she's horrible. But then I go to media training and they're like, you are not supposed to be doing that. You should not talk to them about anything. I was getting in the car the other day and this woman goes, are you going to go virgin to the altar? And I'm like, what? I'm not answering that. I just like got in the car and left. Or it's just very frustrating because I try to be so nice to everyone, because if it's put on the internet, they're going to be like, oh, she's horrible. Why isn't she talking to them? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know. No one sees both sides of it.
I think the reality is you don't owe anybody anything. That's kind of like, except for the people that you live your life with every single day, your family, the people that you love, the people that are like in your life and know you. I think, yeah, I don't ever talk to people in that way. People used to come up to me and do stuff to me like that. You're 19, right? When I was 19, like, are you pregnant? And I'm like, who do you think you are asking a 19-year-old about being pregnant? It's so weird and invasive. A grown man is asking me at 19 if I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
It is weird. And it should not ever be like nonchalant and like, oh, it's fine, I'm okay with it, because it's not okay.
It's not okay. See? Heard it.
You heard it here first.
A subject that's lighter
Yes.
of topics.
Yes.
You're a sneakerhead, from what I've heard. So moving on to the segment we're going to do today, we are designing each other's sneakers.
I'm very excited about this. I don't know what your favorite colors or anything are, but...
We have a lot of stuff.
Okay, cool.
So I'm going to get the shoes and we can head over to the fun area.
It's the fun area. Those are literally the Air Forces off my feet that I wore here. That's why the bottoms are dirty.
All right.
So, okay. I'm just gonna not say anything. I'm not gonna ask about your favorite colors. I'm not gonna do anything.
We're just going to do it? Okay.
I'm just gonna start, I think.
I'm not super crafty.
Me either.
Very messy. So you've posted a little bit on TikTok.
A little bit. I'm trying to get better. To be honest, I really don't understand it. I don't know how to edit the videos. I had to ask somebody to help me edit yesterday. I just don't know how to edit on TikTok, like the transitions and like the fadeaways and I just don't know how to do it. I've tried.
Yeah, you use a lot of the in-app edits.
Is there another way to do it?
I just feel like the more natural, the better, honestly. You just need to stay simple.
I feel like you said you're not crafty, but then they're gonna come out really, really good and make me look bad.
I feel like I'm only gonna end up doing one shoe. That's my feelings on it. I'm very crafty to a point, and then I get lazy, and then
I'm the same.
using an airbrush tool.
Let me know how that goes. I wanted you to try it first.
Oh, I need to try. Oh, jeez. Oh! Interesting. This is not as fun as I thought. With the airbrushing, it's actually quite hard.
I don't really know what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of winging it, so nobody judge. A one of one Hailey Bieber design. I'm using my fingers now. It's really happening.
How long have you lived in LA for?
I have only been officially living in LA since I got married, so 2.5 years now. I'm from New York, and I love New York. Looks like you're getting very artsy over there.
Yeah.
We love to see it.
I don't know if you would call it artsy, but I mean...
No, that's your artistic expression.
Okay, yeah.
So you guys are from the East Coast too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you prefer LA or do you prefer the East Coast?
East Coast, definitely.
Thank you very much.
I don't know why anyone lives here.
That's what I say. I mean, the weather's beautiful and There's definitely more. Well, I was living in Brooklyn before, and there's definitely more like space. But if I had it my way, that's where I would be.
I have a feeling these are never gonna make it to your feet, but
It's okay.
that's cool. All right, I have a plan now.
That actually looks really sick.
I get focused for like a second and then I just rather have fun.
Just need to determine. Oh wow.
All right, I'm done.
You're done? Mm-hmm. How funny is it that I'm licking a napkin to try to get paint off of something? So not only do you have custom shoes for me, but I also spit on them. Very sorry. I was just trying to clean them up. Okay, it worked.
Here.
These are actually really cool. You should give yourself a lot of credit because they actually came out really fire.
I think the sparkles helped me in the end.
This is the one shoe.
You actually are pretty neat and took time with it, so love it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much, Hailey, for coming on and designing shoes with me and talking. I had such a great time. Stay tuned to see who's the possible next guest on the show. I love you guys so much. Like and subscribe, do whatever you want. Comment down below or whatever. I don't really know what you guys do on YouTube. Have a great day. I love you. Bye.
Coming up next week on the Early Late Night Show.
And you called me on your podcast, Pork Belly? How we do it, one bite, score it, 0 through 10.